Very good evening, all of you. Hope you all are doing well. Let's start with today's session. In yesterday's session, we discussed about frame widget, then about radio button, right? Some applications we created. Now, today we will take few more widgets. So, in today's lecture, we are going to take one more widget that is list box. Now, list box displays a list of items. It will display a list of items from which user can select one item or more than one. You can select multiple items as well. Generally, like when we select files in a file explorer, you might have done it. Like you hold a control key and then you go on clicking. So whichever item you click, it gets selected. Or sometimes you might have selected a range by selecting shift key. If you hold a shift key and click one item, and then directly you click last item, all gets selected. So all that facilities are available here as well. So list box will display a list of items and from which user is allowed to select one or more items. Okay. So single item also can be selected, multiple item also. Now, how to create a list box, then what all attributes are there. Then some methods are also there of list box. Like you want to add a new item in the list box, you want to delete item, or you want to find out the position of the current selected item. Whichever item is selected, you want the index of that selected item. So for that also some methods are provided, which are methods of list box. So we'll learn all that one by one. So the list box widget in Tkinter is used to display a list of items from which the user can select one or more items. It will give you a list of items, and from that list of item, we are allowed to select one item or more than one item. We will be learning how to add items in it, how to delete item, how to get the position of the selected item, or get the item at the given position. I'll give the position, it should return the item at that position. So methods are also provided. Now first create a listbox widget using listbox class. Listbox is a class in your Tkinter library. And when we import the Tkinter library, we have given an alias name as tk. So you know it. tk.listbox. Again, every session I tell in Python, when you create an object of any class, there is no concept of new keyword. Directly class name round bracket. Object of that class is created. Give the parent widget, the parent in which this list box will be added to. Generally, the parent is our main window. And then the options. Now, standard options are there, like how many rows are to be made visible at a time. At a time, how many items should be visible? If you have more items, automatic one scroll bar will come. Okay. So how many items you want at a time? Then the width in characters. Then the selection mode. Selection mode means whether you want single selection or multi-selection. So that selection mode is there. And then the other standard features are there. Okay. Width, the width of your list box. Width in terms of characters it takes. Huh? So specifies the width of the list box. Height in terms of lines. How many lines? So if I give height 5, so only 5 lines will be visible. 5 rows in short. Specifies the number of visible rows. Then the foreground color, the background color. And this is one more important thing. Selection mode. Okay, so by default, the selection mode is single. By default. By default, you are allowed to select only one item at a time. At a time, we can select only one item. There is another mode called multiple. But in case of multiple, that control shift, that keys don't work. Whichever item you click will get selected. Now, if you have 20 items, on whichever item I click, it will get selected. Any next item I click, it will get selected. And extended means it gives the feature of holding the shift key or control key. Getting? Means I can hold shift key, click on one item, keep that shift key holded only, and come to some next item. So all the items from that first click till that next click, all the items will get selected. That is in this extended feature. Means in this extended selection mode, you get the facility of shift key, control key that you might have done it in Explorer and all. No? When you go to Windows Explorer and you want to copy some file from one folder to another, or you want to delete some file from one file till another. So you select one file and then you hold a shift key and then you come to the last file. So all the files get selected. Correct? So that is called extended feature. So that is also provided here. By default, the mode is single. Then it is providing you some methods also. There are some methods provided. Like first is insert. Okay. So where you want to add the item, that position you give and the item you give. Suppose if I give index 0 and whatever item, it will insert that item at the 0th position. And whoever is at the 0th position will get shifted down. Getting? Here, in case of index, if I write end and give the item, automatic it will add the item at the end. Getting? So inserts an item into the list box. These are methods of list box object. See, we create an object of list box. We'll get this object, LB object. Then this object is going to invoke that method, LB object dot insert dot get dot cur selection, like that. Okay, so insert the position and the item. It will add this item at the given position. Then if you want to delete any item, give the position, the item at that position will be deleted. All the items below that will be automatically shifted up. Okay. Then if you want only the item at the given position, you don't want to insert or delete, you just want whatever item is there at that position, use get and give the position. It will return the item at that position. Okay. Returns the item at the specified index. Okay. And cur selection returns the index of the current selected items. So there can be chances that multiple items are selected. Yes or no? There can be multiple items selected. Like for example, the item at 1th position is selected. Okay. If your selection mode is like that, if the selection mode is multiple, suppose item at 7th and 8th, they both are selected. Correct? So you want these positions. Which all items are selected, their positions you want. You can use cursor. But what happens is it returns a tuple containing the positions of the item which are selected. Always remember when you write your list box object dot cur selection. Okay, it will return you a tuple, and in that tuple, what will come? Only the indexes of the items which are selected. Like here, 1th item is selected, 7th is selected, 8. So in this tuple, if you check, you'll get like this 1, 7, 8. So from this tuple, we come to know which positions are selected. So if I go to T of 0, 1, T of 1, 7, T of 2, 8, as it's a tuple, can I access it with the index? Getting? So cur selection, I hope you're getting, returns the selected item index. And size returns how many elements are there in your list box. So in your list box, how many items are there, that count it will return. Okay. So I hope these basic methods you are understanding. So one is insert, which will add the item at the given position. Delete will delete the item at the given index. Get will return you the item at the given index. Cur selection will return you a tuple of indexes which are selected. Means the items which are selected, their indexes will come in one tuple. If one item is also selected, it will return a tuple only, remember, like that. If only seventh item selected, seven, but in a tuple form. And last is the size, which returns the number of items. Okay? I hope the methods are clear to you. We'll take one example. Okay, what example we want to make, that first I'll tell you. Means once you get to know the UI, then you understand really what we want to make. From the UI, we can judge. Judge means you can imagine. You can at least you get an idea that what will be our final output. Okay. So I want like this. I want a UI like this. Here one label, enter item, then an entry widget. Entry widget we have learned guys in the past. So one entry widget, I'll be typing something, and after typing, the moment I press enter, only enter, this item should get added in the list. So I'm going to handle enter key event. Enter. Enter key, I hope you're understanding. After Bharat is typed and enter key is pressed, it should move this value in this list box. So I have to handle which event? That enter key event. So I'll tell you how to bind that enter key to a function. You'll write one function and you have to bind that function for that enter key. So whenever you'll press enter key, that function is called. Now inside that function, what we will do? We will take this text, whatever text is typed here, we will get that text and add it in the list box, always at the end. Okay? And whenever the item is added, the count is to be affected. Here I have to display a count. Total items colon and whatever the count. This is one option. And second, what I want is on whichever item I double click, any item, when I double click, fast double click, it should get deleted. Okay. The moment I double click on any item, it should be deleted and the count should be affected. It should affect that count. Getting only this much I want. If you want, you can extend it to some more things. It's up to you. You can extend it. Okay. If you want, you can extend it to some more things. What we want, only these two options. I'll type here, enter key, the element is shifted inside, count affected. Whichever item I double click, deleted, count affected. Okay. Some more options you can try. Okay, but at least basic this much you can do. Okay. Now how to do all these things? First, we have to do the UI part. The UI part, at least you have to do. Then how to bind with the event functions, that we will learn. Okay, one by one. But at least just tell me the UI concept and what we want to do. That is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Code we will write, don't worry. At least the design is clear to you guys. Yes or no? At least tell yes or no.
Yes, sir.
No?
Hello.
I'm not able to
Hello. Hello.
listen anything from your side. Is there issue from my side? Yes, Garv and Murugan.
Hello.
This is the issue always happening. What happens is my son does all such activity. At a time, he starts with some other.
Hello.
Now it is. I got to. What happened is this two earphones are connected, no, at a time. Therefore, now whatever you people it was going to this earphone, which my son has connected, and both got connected here. Now I'm able to hear you people. Okay? ठीक है. Just can you give me the confirmation? Is the UI clear to you? We will design the UI first, then we will handle the events. Two events only we want to handle. One is the enter key on the enter. Okay? This value should go inside and the count should be affected. And second, whenever I double click on it, the element should get deleted. The element should get deleted and the count should be affected. Okay? ठीक है? तो please can you confirm, Murugan and Garv?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir. Hello.
yes, sir.
Hello.
Now I'm able to hear you. Chalo. So we will come to that application. I'll show you the effect of selection mode and all that too. I'll tell you, don't worry.
Hello.
Huh, huh.
No, okay, sir. My mic is
No, I'm able to hear you.
okay. Okay.
Okay. See, import Tkinter as tk. Create a root widget, tk.root, that is tk. Main window is always the object of tk. Then root dot. I'll give listbox demo and root dot geometry 300 by 4 width and height. Okay. Then what we'll do, we'll create one label, the top label enter item. Okay. So LBL title I'm giving, title or LBL item is tk dot label. Parent is root only, parent root, label is enter item. If you want to set its font, you can, or if you want to keep it standard, you can. Arial, and I'm giving some font 12. That is done. Then we will take one entry widget. Okay. So txt item, tk dot entry, its parent is root. Then you want to set its width, you can, like 20 characters at a time. Its font also, if you want, you can set the font of it. Like Arial only I'll keep, and size suppose 12. Then its justify you can take as center, whatever item you want. Cursor should be blinking in the center or left. By default, it is left only. Then we will create one list box, LST items, or LST item, or list box item. Okay? tk dot list box. Its parent is root. Then you can set number of Rows, width you can set, width 20 I'm taking. Then number of rows, that is height. At a time, 5 lines I want. Now here the selection mode will be by default single only. Okay? Font you want to set, you can same font, Arial 12, right? And then below that, this one you want, total items colon. So for that, we will give LBL count, txt label. Its parent is also root. Then text we will give what text, total items colon, and initially it is 0 only. Here also we will give font. Suppose I'm giving Arial, some font bigger we will take, that is 15, then bold. Okay. Now all these widgets we want to place them. They are added in the root, but their geometry manager is not decided. So what we'll do, we will keep their geometry manager, comma. Okay. As the standard pack only, and they will get placed one below another. Pack, and I'll not give side. Side means automatic top, and all will get placed one below another. They are getting pile one below another. So LBL item dot pack, only pad y I'll give. Okay, pad y 20 I'm giving. And similarly, all one below another we will go on placing. So LBL item, then text txt item dot pack, again pad y 20 I'll give. Then LB item, that is the list box, pad y 20. And last, LBL, here it is confused, LB item, that is list box. And last is LBL count dot pack, pad y 20. Okay? Root dot main loop. If you run this, only you'll be able to see the UI, nothing else. Okay? Python Tkinter demo 12. We'll just check. It is giving error, Arial font, Arial.
The text item only one square bracket missing, I guess.
Somewhere I've done wrong.
Text item. Uh,
This one, huh?
Bracket missing, I guess.
No, but it is saying value error, dictionary, update sequence element 0. But it is showing for this entry widget, enter item. Ah, text item. It's a dictionary, yeah? So means the keys you have to give. I just wrote enter item, but that enter item is for which option? It is for property text. Okay, you can see like this, right? Now this vertical, that is, you don't want this much, you can leave it. Only for first one I'll give, for remaining I'm not giving. So they will just directly come one below another. Or you can make that padding lesser. Okay, or Keep it same, but make it little less. Like 5. Okay, now it is okay. Now we have to handle events. Yes or no? Whatever I'll type, enter. If I press enter key, this should get shifted down, right? The moment I type, it should be shifted down, isn't it? Okay, so now how to bind the events? That I'll show you. Only two events, one for this enter, and one double click. Okay? So there is a bind method, you know it already. For which item? For this entry widget, txt item dot bind. For which press enter key. So you have to write this return. We have done it in past for mouse left button. You remember in the past in one example I've done. If I press mouse left button press, getting that color was shown. I had created a grid of labels, 3 by 3, 9 labels I created. And then whichever label I was clicking, that color was given to the below one. You want, I'll show you. I think we have see this one only, this example. Remember in this example, I created this 3 by 3. And whenever I was clicking on that, that color was getting applied here. So that time I had binded it for mouse left button, button dash 1. Getting? The same way here we are binding it for, we will be binding it for which key? Enter key. So bind enter key. For enter key it is return and the name of the function. Function name you are just passing. You are not calling the function now. They are called as callback functions. Callback means the functions which are defined by the programmer. Functions defined by the programmer, but programmer doesn't call it. It gets called implicitly and again and again. So whenever I press enter in this, it will give call to this function. Now we have just done the binding. Function is not going to get called. It will be called only when you will press enter key in that text box. So in that text box, whenever I press enter key, it will give call to this add item. Okay, one. And second, for the list box. For list box, what I want, whenever I double click on any item, when I double click, it should delete that item. So I have to bind that function for that event. No? So see here, I'm binding it for list box. Which event? Mouse left button. Because button 1 is mouse left button. But how many times click? Consecutive twice. Therefore, double button 1. Button 1 means mouse left button. Button 2 means right button. Like that. So button 1 means left button and double means double. Twice you are clicking fast. So for this event, it will give call to this function, delete item. And these two functions we have to write. In this first function, what we'll do? We will get that text, add it in this. We'll get that text, add in this, and we will make this blank. And we will affect the count. In delete, what we'll do? We will find out which item is selected. That item I'll delete. And again, I'll update this count. Getting? So I'll show you. First, we'll do the binding. Okay. So after whole design also, you can do binding. Doesn't matter. First is txt item dot bind. Bind for which key? Return key. That is enter key. Name of the function is add item. Okay. And second is for that list box. lb item dot bind. Event is double dash button dash one. And the name of the function is delete item. Okay. That's all. Now we have to write that function. After this, above this, doesn't matter. Yeah, we will write that functions. Now, what we'll do is we'll write one function which will always display the count. Whatever the count is, display in that label. So I'll call that function as update count. Okay, the job of that function is only whatever the count is, display it in that last label. Now, how you will get the count? Can we get it like this? N is equal to LB item dot size. I've given you all the functions just now. You remember or no? Just now I gave you functions. Size returns the number of items in the list. And this N, I have to give it to that label, last label. Is it right? That last label is there. So how you will update the text of that label? Config. In yesterday's session also I've told you. Previous session also. Whenever you want to modify the attributes of any widget after its creation, widget is created, and after the creation, you want to modify its attributes. You have to do it by config. Okay, so lbl count dot config, and what attribute you want to change? The text, and what the text is? Total count colon. Here you can give %d, %n. Will it replace that n here? I hope you know it. We have discussed in basic Python very beginning, first or second lecture. So this %d, %n, that n is replaced here. And this is affecting which attribute? Text attribute of that label. This is one function. Okay, that will keep it aside. Second function. Second function is for adding the item, right? So add item. Now, what we'll do is good practice, put it into a try catch so that any problem come, it will go to catch. Okay. So add item, what is basically to be done in add item? In add item, whatever you have typed in the text box, that you have to extract. Okay. So first tell me, I'll put a try block, try, except. In except, I'll not do anything. I'll just pass, try. Okay. Can you tell me what item you have typed in the text box? Can we extract it? Yes, there are methods, guys. Go and check the entry widget. Okay. If you check the entry widget, see, we have studied entry widget long back. I guess before frame label, this was entry widget. See, is there a method get returns the text entered by the user? Whatever text you have entered, it gives the get method. So take the help of that method. So we have txt item dot get. What it will return? What you have typed in that entry widget. But check whether user has really typed something in it. Like sometimes it may happen user has not typed anything and just press enter. So blank item will get added. So we will confirm it like this. If s dot, we have that trim methods are there. S dot trim or pad, lpad, rpad. We have string methods are there. The string class is having methods to remove the space from both the side. Lstrip, rstrip, strip. Yes. Okay. So you have to give the characters which are to be stripped. So returns the copy of string with leading and trailing white spaces removed. So when you don't give, it is by default white spaces. Okay. And after stripping from both the side, check the length. Okay. And if the length is greater than 0, then only you add that string in your list box. First, you have removed the spaces from both the side. And after stripping, you're checking the length. After stripping also, if the length is greater than 0, means you have typed something. Getting? So now you can add that item in the list. So how we can add lb item dot insert. Is there a method insert? Okay. The position you have to give. Position can be end. tk dot end is there. If you give end, by default, it will add at the end. And what I'll do, s dot strip, add that item. Okay. And after adding that item, you will update the count because the moment element is added, is the count changed? Once you add the item, the count is affected. So we have to update the affected count. Call this update count function here. Update count. That's all. Okay. So whenever I type something, and after doing that, you want to make the text box blank, suppose. After the count is affected, the text box you want to make it blank. You can do it. What you'll do, see here, that txt item dot config, what we will set, uh, text name, dot txt item I want to make blank. So delete, you can give delete and delete everything from start till end. So deletes text from the entry widget. So I'll tell you dot delete you can do from where, 0th position, delete from first till last. Okay, last not included. So start position you can give 0 and end if you want, then tk dot end you can give. So it will automatically go till the end. So whatever text is typed in it will get deleted and you can take the focus there. So dot focus. So cursor will go again there. Okay. So all this activities will happen. Now, when this all activities will happen, whenever you type in the text box and press enter, you type something and press enter. The moment you press enter, it will give call to add item. Why? Because we have binded it for that only. See, for enter key, what is called add item. Okay. And then inside that, what we are doing, whatever text I'm typing, I'm getting that. I'm checking whether it is greater than 0 length. Yes. Then I'm adding the text in the list box. I'm affecting the count. I'm making the text box text blank and taking the focus back there. Now next is for delete item. Okay. What name we have given? Delete item. So I'll write complete delete item. Okay. In this also good practice, write a try except block in except and put pass and try. Now in case of delete, what we have to do? We have to get the position of the item which is selected. On whichever item I'm going to double click, that is to be deleted. So I need the position, no, of that item. That position, suppose I'm getting in I. How do we get position? I've given you guys list box functions I've told you, no, today. See this function, cur selection. Does it return the index of the selected item? But what happens is, though only one item is selected, then also it will return a tuple. I gave you explanation today. It returns a tuple of indexes which are selected. So let it be one, then also it will be a tuple. So from that tuple, I need only one position. So I have to write 0. See here. LB item dot get me cur selection square zero. Why? Because already this cur selection is returning a tuple. LB item dot cur selection is returning a tuple, and from that tuple, zeroth position. We know only one index has come, but that is coming in a tuple form. So from that tuple, that item which you want is I. Now from ith position, delete it. Can I write LB item dot delete and give the position? After that, we have to affect the count. So I'll call function update count. Will this update count update that label? It will get the current size and display it in that label. Getting, guys? Okay. See ya. Binding, close angle bracket. Okay. I'm putting round, enter. Now it is telling add item takes zero positional argument, but one was given. Let me check where it is given. We will confirm it. No, it takes a event object. So that also I have to give. Whenever you're binding any function to an event. Any function, when you're binding it to any event, it will always take an event object. And we have done it in the past also, but I forgot. It always takes an event object. Let it be, we are not using it inside, but it will receive one event object. Okay, can you see? The moment I'm entering, it is getting pushed inside. It is pushing that item inside. It is giving call to that update function. What is update doing? Getting the size of this and affecting here. Is it? Okay. So I hope you're understanding. As we go on adding, like Lakshman, Bharat, is the count affected? Isn't it? You can see. Now, why the scroll bar doesn't come, that also I'll show you. Okay. Now, if I click on any item, double click, like suppose Bharat. So I'm double clicking. Did it got deleted? Lakshman, double click. Sita, double click. Mohan, double click. Is the element getting deleted? And the count is affected. The element is getting deleted. Okay. Element getting deleted and the count is affected. Now you can check the multiple selection mode and all. Not useful in this application, but you just want to check how that multiple mode is. So when you're creating the list box, you can give that selection mode. See here, selection mode equal to, see, we have extended, multiple, single. Browse means like vertical columns will come. Like after one column, after the items are over, next will come in next column, like that. When the elements grow, they will go into Next column. As we do it in the our Windows Explorer, correct? Example, I'll take extended, suppose. Okay. Now for time being, I'll just keep adding values. Okay. And see the selection mode. Like I'm selecting this first, second. Why? Because I've given selection mode extended. So for that, only the keys will be affected. Control key, shift key. See, for example, this first one I'm clicking and I'm holding shift key. Yeah? Remember, I've holded shift key. And now I'm clicking on this. Are all getting selected? Why this is possible? Because selection mode is extended. And selection mode can be multiple also. If it is multiple, then keys are not affected, but whichever item you click will get selected. Okay, see here. Getting? Whichever item I'm clicking, it is selecting. I hope you're understanding this. Right? Now that scroll bar is not coming. Now we will check. We will ask to some property may be there for which you can ask to the AI tool. Okay. I'll ask like how to add scroll bar or how scroll bars can be made visible for list box when items are beyond number of rows. Getting how scroll bar can be made visible for list box when items are beyond number of rows. Something you have to add. It is saying you can add a scroll bar widget and connect it to the list box. Okay, that way we have to do. By default, it is not possible. No. Adding a horizontal scroll bar. Default, there is no provision. You have to add external, a separate scroll bar you have to attach. Means you have to use a widget scroll bar and then do it. See here. Okay. Default, there is no provision. Because in some languages, automatic scroll bar comes. Yeah, you can do it, but they're saying you have to create a separate scroll bar and then you have to attach it. Okay. You can try that. Right? So hope it is clear. Some another application you can try like this, like for multi-selection, one application you people can try that you can create two list boxes. Okay. And in this list box, there are many items already. Already many items are there. And here you can give buttons like this. Right shift, left shift like this. So already in this list box, many items are there. and only the items which are selected. Multi-selection, especially for multi-selection, means you created specially for multi-selection list box. So whichever items are selected, only those items should get transferred in this list box. When I click on this arrow, transferred means delete from here and add here. You have to delete it from here and add it here, and vice versa. In this case, from here till here, means here, whichever item I select and I click on this arrow, the selected item should get copied here. Delete from here and copy here. And initially add some random items in both the list. Some random list items in this list box, some random items in this list box. Random means initially some items already you can add and keep. Okay? I hope you can try it. What do you say, guys? Depending on the design, you decide how you will create a layout. Okay? How the placement you will do, you decide. One list box, second list box, two buttons. Already some elements are there in both the list box, and multi-selection you keep. Whichever items I'm selecting and clicking on this arrow, only the selected items should be shifted. Shifted means it should get shifted from here till here. From here it should be deleted and here added. Getting, guys? Same way, vice versa. The items from this should get shifted in this. Okay? So you'll try it, at least give me confirmation.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, चलो. Then we will move to another widget called text widget. Now, text and entry widget are basically for same purpose for accepting editable text. Only with one difference. In entry widget, you can only enter a single line editable text. The cursor is blinking and you can go on typing, but only single line editable. If you want to enter multi-line editable text, best example is Notepad. If you go to Notepad, Notepad gives you an area where you can type. So you go on typing, enter, you can come on the next line, enter, come on the next line. So multi-line editable text, if you want to enter or accept from the user, then go to text widget. Getting? So text widget and entry widget, actually they are similarities. Both are used for accepting editable text. Only with the limitation, entry widget only accepts single line editable text. Text widget gives facility of entering multiple lines of text. Okay? Now, what all options are there and what methods this text widget has provided? All I'll tell you. See, the text widget in Tkinter is used to accept and display multiple lines of text. Whenever you want to accept multiple lines of text, go for text widget. Okay. Then, unlike entry widget, it is basically same. Entry widget and text widget, their role is for accepting editable text. Only with the difference I told. In entry, you can accept only one line, whereas text widget, you're allowed to handle paragraphs and documents and any large amount of text. So when you want to load a complete file, if you have a file and the entire data from the file you want to load in that, or you want to type a lot of things and save it in a file, so that time text widget is more useful. So entry widget will support only a single line, whereas text widget can handle paragraphs, documents, and large amount of text. Now, how to create a text widget? Obviously, create an object of text class. Text is a class, huh? T capital. Okay, every time I'm been telling no use of new in Python. Just directly take the class name round bracket. Object of that class is created. Give the parent widget. The parent widget is root, that is your main window. And then the options. Options like what will be the width and the height. Height will be considered as number of lines. Like height, if I give 5. So at a time, it is going to display 5 lines. But you can type beyond 5 lines, sir. 100, 200, as many lines you want, you can type. Understanding, guys? You can type any number of lines. It will keep scrolling. Visible will be 5 lines. Why 5? Because you have given height equal to 5. If you give height equal to 7, 7 lines. Like that. So height is there, then width. Width means how many characters. Then the foreground, background, font. You can set the font. And some methods are there. What all methods are available? I'll tell you. Okay. So width of the text area. Width is in terms of characters, remember. And it takes the widest character. In that character set, whichever is the widest character, it will calculate in that terms. So sometimes more characters also can be visible. Like I give width as 20, but on the screen in one line, 25 are also visible. Why? Because it has taken width in multiple of widest character. Like suppose example W. But you might have typed I also. So I takes less space. So more characters also can be visible. Okay? While calculating, it takes it in terms of widest character. Then the height. Height is in terms of lines. Then the font. Then the background, foreground. And if you want how to get it wrapped, means when you're typing and some part is getting not fitting on that line. So whether to keep it on that line only or shift on the next line. Getting as you are typing, the last word is not fitting in that line. So is it to be wrapped on the next line or keep it on the same line? So that is wrap, controls line wrapping. So wrapping is on the character or word. If you give word, then it will adjust in words only. That entire word will go on the next line or it will remain on the same line. It will decrease the space and try to adjust on the same line, or it will shift that complete word on the next line. And characters, if you give the some part of your word will be in the previous line, some part in the next line. And no wrapping, then give none. Okay? And if you want to add some text in that, use insert. So insert where that position you can give and what the text. So it will insert this text at that position. Whatever is there at that position will be shifted right side. So insert text at the given position. Then if you want the part of the text, as it is a multi-line text, yes or no, there can be many lines. So if you want the text from some position till another position, from one position till second, whatever text is there between that two positions, you want only that much part, then you can use get. Give the start position and give end position. Returns the text between these two positions. And same way delete. Like suppose from one position till second position. The whole text I want to delete. It will get shrinked. Everything is at that end position will be coming here and the text between that is deleted. So delete text between two positions. So these are some methods of your text widget. Okay? As an example, we will take, I'll show you what we want that I'll show you. From the final output, you come to know better. From the final output, we judge that at least you can judge means so you can say you can imagine That actually what we want. So I want something like this. Just a message I want to give. Type your message, maximum 200 characters. Then this is the text area. Text area means text widget. And you will go on typing. As you are typing, how many characters you have typed till now, it should display here. And the total. The same thing which we were doing just now for list box. As we were adding the item, the count we were updating, na guys? I was adding item, enter. It was getting shifted down. And below that, I was showing the current count. I was showing that affected count. After delete also, I was showing the count. After adding also, I was showing the count. Same way, here I'm typing, typing, typing. How many characters are typed till now? If you delete also, it should decrease it accordingly. So the current, how many characters you have typed, divide, divide means slash total. So after this, beyond this, means once you are typed with 200 character, it should not allow you to type. Whatever you type will not be visible. Understanding? This concept you might have seen in many places that it allows you, like generally on those who run YouTube channels and all. So when you upload the video for the title, it gives standard title can be, I guess, only 400 or 300 characters. Then below that, the description of your video, whatever description is there, for that some 5,000 characters or 5,000 or 4,000 characters it has given. So within that only you have to fill the description. Okay. So this way we want. So at least first UI we will do. Then let's see how to affect this count when I'm typing. So when the typing is going on, as the typing is going on, as you are pressing the keys, okay, you're pressing L, E, T, space, U. That time this count should get affected. So how to bind that event, that I'll tell you. But before that, can we create a UI for this? Right, guys? Then I'll show you how to handle that key press, how to bind it. Everything I'll show you, don't worry. Okay, Tkinter demo 13.py. Okay, I'll create my main window tk.tk root.title, whatever title like text widget demo. Then the geometry you can give 400 by 400, suppose I'm giving. Now, first this widget you want. Type your message maximum 200 character. That is a label. So LBL title I'll give. Tk dot label. Parent is root. Text will give that type your message. And in bracket, I'll write maximum 200 characters. Done. Then below that, we will add one text area widget. Okay. So below that, I'll add txt message. It is text widget. Root. Then you want to set its font, width. Suppose width I'm giving at a time 200 characters, 200 or 150. Height, I'll take 10 lines at a time. Then the font, suppose font I'm taking as Arial and size as 12. Okay? And then again one label we will give called as LBL count. Ticket dot label root text text characters colon initially 0/200. Here also you can give font like Arial, then the size, suppose 15, then bold. Now, three widgets are created. They are added also in the parent window, but their geometry is not yet decided. Okay, so here also we'll keep geometry as pack, one below another. Huh. You can give its, we call it as fill, and give fill as X. So it will fill in X direction. Okay, so up to you how you are giving it. See here, I'm writing LBL title dot pack. Fill you can give as X, and padding you can give, suppose pad X me, I want to give pad Y from top 10 I'll keep. Then just immediately below that, your text message dot pack. Okay, it will be automatic below only. And then last is LBL count dot pack, right? And root dot main loop. Now just check your UI and then we will handle the key press, key release. As I'm typing, the count should be affected. Okay? See. Can you see? Now, as it is taking this whole thing, you are not giving padding. If you give pad X also and pad Y also, so can you see pad X, pad Y? So it has taken some space from both side and from top also. Now what we want, as I'm doing typing, whatever, the count should be affected. So automatic nahi na, you have to bind it with some event. So here the event is key release. As you're pressing the key and leaving it, the count should be affected. Getting? So how to bind it? Obviously, you have to bind for this txt message, the text widget. Okay, so you can check here. You're binding it, txt bind, and what is the event? Key release. Whenever you press any key and leave it, you're pressing L and you're leaving, it will give call to this count chars. This is a function we are going to define. Please remember, it is a callback function. Callback why? I've been telling you so many times. Callback why? Because we are not calling it explicitly. We are just defining it. We are defining. We are not calling it. It will get called when whenever the key is released in that text message. This is your text widget. So as I'm typing and I'm pressing the key and releasing, pressing and releasing, that time it will give call to this count chars. Okay, right? Now how this count chars will keep showing this count, that I'll show you. But this part is clear, binding of that function. And here also see, whenever you bind any function, for some event. Callback, why? Because we are just defining it and giving the reference. We are not calling. It is going to get called implicitly whenever that event will occur. So whenever the event occur, it will give call to this function. This concept we have learned in basic Python also when we learned lambda functions. And in lambda functions, I taught you about filter, map, reduce. That time also we have learned, but I don't know you remember or okay. Now how this function will work. See, I'll show you. First, what we have to do is we have to get the complete text, whatever is typed. And I've just created one variable called maxchar equal to 20. Maxchars equal to 200. This is just a variable in which the maximum size is kept. Now see here, this function count chars, which will receive a event object. Okay. First, what it is doing, get method is there. I've told you for get method. See a get is get a method of this text widget. Get is a method of text widget. You just have to tell the start and the end. From that start till that end, whatever text is there, it will return. See here. So start you are giving like this. As it's a multi-line, as this text widget is a multi-line widget. So here the position is just not a single number. You have to give the row number, column number. Understand, guys? Here the row number is 1 and column is 0. Column numbering 0, but the line number start with 1. Getting this interpretation, you interpret this very well. If you want, I'll take it to ChatGPT and show you. When we write 1.0, it takes line number 1 and in that line, column number 0. Means from where it will start? From the beginning, from the first character and till where? Till the end. Now see here, end dash 1c, meaning we are telling go to the last lines one character. So till the last, from the beginning till the last, whatever is there, you give me. In short, you are telling, please give me the whole text, whatever is there in the text widget. Okay? Okay? See here. What I'll do is quickly I'll show you the meaning of that interpretation also you should know. See, txt.get I'll write and 1.0 and here I'm giving n-1c and then I'll write what does this start and end indicates in text Tkinter text widget. See, it will give you the entire explanation. 1.0. Okay, see the format is like that. That's what I have already told you everything. Just for confirmation, whenever you give like this 1.0, that 1 indicates the line number and that 0 indicates the column. Getting? So line dot column. That is the notation. So 1.0 means line number 1, 0 means column number 0. Line starts from 1, but column starts from 0. Column numbering starts from 0, but line numbering starts from 1. Therefore, we have to give it. Getting? That is the notation. See, you can check. Hello. So hello will have 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. Python. So Python will have line number 2. So 2.0, 2.1, 2.2 like that. 3.0, 3.2. Okay. And this end represents the position after the last character. Whenever you give end, okay, so 1C means one character. Okay, so end means how much? Till the end. And 1C means you are saying go back one character from the end. From the end, go back one character. Because end is exclusive. End is always exclusive. So I want till where, like suppose if you write end, see here, hello Python Tkinter. Correct? So it will go beyond R. End if I write, so it takes after R. So I want it should consider that R till R. So I'm giving minus 1C, one character back anchor. Right? So from the beginning till the end, you got that text. You're finding the length of that text. If the text length is more than max char, see here, if it is becoming more than max char, delete the extra characters. Getting? Means we are telling delete, we are calling delete. Delete also I have taught you. See here, delete, start and the end you have to give. Start position till end position. So what we are telling to delete, delete all the extra after max. Max character के बाद, after max character, whatever extra characters are there, please delete. But this it will do only when your count is more than max char. But if it is not, then whatever it is that you have to display. Whatever, as many characters you have typed, that slash total. Where you are displaying it, characters colon, the current count divided by total count. This you are giving to which widget? That last widget in which the count is displayed. You're updating its text value. Getting? And in delete, you can see from where to where. See line number 1, column number 0, plus how many characters? Max character is from this line plus max, whatever extra. Total what it will take, you are getting 1.0 plus max character. So after 200 characters till the end, whatever is from beyond 200 till end, that you have to delete. So will it keep deleting always the extra if you go beyond? After 200, when you go beyond 200, whatever is extra, that will get deleted. And you're setting the count again to 200. Max only. Count will always set to 200. And whatever the current count is, that we are displaying it in the last label. Okay? So see, first I have to do the binding. Binding of what? Txt message dot bind. Bind for which event I told you? Key release. Function name is count chars. That function I'll define here. Def count chars. It receives an event object. Okay? First you get that text, whatever text you have typed. Suppose I'm taking S, a string. For string I'm writing S. Txt message dot get. Give the start position. Start position is 1.0, means line 1, column 0. Till end minus 1 character. Okay? Here I didn't create one max char. It's up to you. It's not necessary. This writing this becomes more generalized. Why? Because later, if you want to change this, everywhere you don't have to change. Just change here 200 to 400, 400 to 300, whatever. Okay. Then find out the length of that S. Okay. Check that length whether it is more than max char. if that n is becoming more than max char. Then whatever is after max char, as many, let it be one character extra, delete it. Okay. So txt message dot delete. Now, from where to start? See, and here what we have to do, why I'm writing f? Because it is going to replace that variable value over there. This is a variable, and the value of that will be replaced here because I've written brace bracket. And you know, any string which start with f. Again, please remember basic Python. In basic Python, very initial second lecture only, when we discuss different formats of print, that time we have seen format string. So in the format string, whenever brace bracket variable, it will replace it. Okay, so see here, start what 1.0 plus brace bracket max there characters. So from where it is going to start? From the beginning, it will add 200 characters. Okay, and after that means after that, from the beginning already 200s are added. So after 200 it is starting, and till where? Till the last character, so tk dot end. So anything after 200 characters, everything after that will be deleted. Get it? And now after doing that deleting, again set your n to 200 and display that in the last label. That last label is then lbl count dot config. What we want to set, it's text. And what we want in that text, this thing, which we have default shown here. Okay, I'll show you what to do over there. Now, instead of 0 and instead of 200, in place of 0, it should display n, right? And in place of there, it should display max character. And when it will do the replacement, if you put f before it, that's all. Okay. Now for 200, we cannot wait. We can check. We can paste something already. Is it displaying? Whatever you are typing. You can paste also something. Now, can you see? Whatever I type beyond that, it is not showing. Is it deleting? But if I delete something, is the count decreased? Now again you start typing. And the moment 200, after that, see, you're typing, but it is getting deleted. See, now if I delete, the count is affected. See, it is key release. So I'm pressing and releasing, pressing, releasing. So is the count getting affected? Okay. So I hope you got this concept also. You're deleting from where till where? You're deleting from beginning, you're adding max. So from beginning, you're adding max. So that will be the start. The start will be how much? From 200, and from 200 till the end. So till 200 it will keep, and from 200 till end it will delete. If you don't give this plus max char, it will delete from the beginning only, guys. So from beginning you have added max char, and after max char till the end, after max char till the end will get deleted. But this deleting activity is to be done only when the current length of your text is more than max char. And whatever currently you're typing, you're getting it in get. Through get, you're getting it, checking the length. If the length is more, delete the extra characters. If the length is not more, then whatever the length is that you have to display here. Where you're updating this in that last label, the third label, LBL count. Here also, if you want, instead of 200, you want to show max. But again, here you have to put F before it so that F strings means interpolation. F string means within the string, if there are variables in brace bracket, they are replaced by value. Okay? Can you see by default 200 has come. As I'm releasing the key, is it showing that character? As you're deleting also, the count is decreased. Okay? See, let us learn Python Tkinter library. Okay, guys? So for today, we will take a pause here, guys. In the next sessions, again, some few one or two are remaining that we will take.